objectives of the course, sorry.
The objectives of speech number 5, titled Your Body Speaks, is to use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose. Make your body language smooth and natural. And the time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you. So the title of Moritz's speech will be, or the topic is the truth about our comfort zone, and I'm really very much in suspense what that could mean. So please help me welcome Moritz.
Money, power, sex, alcohol, and fame. Dear fellow Toastmasters, dear honored guests, can you feel the heat of the night? Perhaps of all the temptations we meet in life, the subtlest of all is the comfort zone. That invitation to settle for less, to go for content, when the stresses of overachievement is on the horizon. Instead of preparing an important speech, you can rather relax on your couch and watch television. Calling your boss and explain him why you can't meet the deadline? No, why bother? This has time. I could have a nice chat with my colleagues instead. The way that takes you out of the comfort zone is the route less traveled. Most of us, when we come to that path, when we come to that way where the two paths divide, prepare the one that leads to safety, to warmth, and to comfort. Comfort zone. Is that a good thing? Or is it a bad thing? My goal for tonight is that during my presentation, you should think about how often are you residing in your own comfort zone. Now, let me try to define comfort zone first. The comfort zone is a behavioral state when a person operates in an anxiety-neutral condition, using a limited set of behaviors, delivering a steady level of performance, usually without the sense of risk. Now, honestly, I have to admit, it sounds quite complicated. But let me try to translate it into more practical terms. Discussing the latest soccer matches from the weekend with one of my good friends, having a beer, yeah, that's definitely within my own comfort zone. No doubts about it, I like it, I'm enjoying it, and I wouldn't like to miss such occasions. But that these activities bring me nearer to my own goals. I have another example for you, a more personal example. It was back in 2001. I attended a seminar with my fellow trainees from a traineeship program of Deutsche Bank. And it was a 2-day seminar. At the end of the first day, our coach told us we're going to play a game now. Okay. He instructed us that he would hand over cards to every one of us, and on each card was a sentence. And one of these cards, for example, one sentence was, "Who should never be my boss?" Okay. The idea was to flip this card around and write a name on it where we think this is applicable to, and hand it over to the appropriate people. We thought this is right. So we did that exercise, and I collected a lot of cards. We've been 25 trainees on that day in the seminar, and I collected 24 cards. Who should never be your boss? Moritz. I was so shocked, I can tell you. I was so embarrassed. I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. My first reaction was, fuck off, fuck you all. don't have a right to tell me that. You don't even know me. Second thought was, well, maybe there's some truth in it. Maybe I can try to use this situation. And luckily, at least in the retrospective, I decided the latter. In the process, it was about 5:30 p.m. on that day, until 1:30 in the next morning, I interviewed every single one of these fellow trainees to tell me why have they given me this card, with examples, with reasons, explanations that I can work with. And I can tell you, boy, really serious, this was the most painful exercise I've ever gone through, the most painful process, the most painful feedback I ever received in my professional life. And this was way out of my comfort zone at this time. But on the other hand, it was also the most rewardable and most valuable feedback I ever got. My experience is that you cannot have everything you want. But you can have everything you really want. You just have to decide what it is and then be prepared to step out of your comfort zone in order to achieve it. As a conclusion, let me cite Albert Einstein. The definition of insanity is to continue to do the same things in the hope that those things will miraculously achieve a different result. Now, dear fellow Toastmasters, I would like to encourage every one of you to think about how often are you residing in your own comfort zone? And how badly do you want to achieve and succeed with your own goals? And finally, ask yourself how these two things fit together. Because I strongly believe that personal growth is only possible outside of our comfort zone. Back to my Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Moritz. That was quite philosophical. Now, it's not only the feedback that will be given by Marcel in the end. Each of you do have some paper slips for the personal individual feedback before you, in front of you.